Okay. I'm back. Now, do you guys remember, do you recall me talking about just how obsessed I was with Splatter House as a youngling? Because my mom would take us, us being my sister and I, to Video Library every Friday night or Friday evening for, to rent the weekend entertainment. My sister would get a couple movies. I would get a game. And I remember they had a TurboGrafx 16. Oh my god! Day or 7! I'm getting to it. Anyway, Splatterhouse. They had a TurboGrafx 16 section. I didn't have one, but I would just stare longingly at the box art and the screenshots for as long as my mom would let me. And anyway, so Splatterhouse just became this game that I was obsessed with, in the same way that I was obsessed with the Friday the 13th movies, without having seen a single one of them. Just because Jason Voorhees looks supremely badass, and his name is Jason. My name's Jason. Anyway, here is the book that I self-published. God, what grade was this? This is probably like 4th grade. 3rd or 4th grade, somewhere around in there. Thank you so much, Doyle. Appreciate it very much. But there's Splatter Castle. I think in my head, I was basically mixing Splatterhouse with Castlevania. This is my childhood. So you can see here, author and illustrator. It's me. I wrote it. What's funny, I remember I was so late. Well, because this was for a school project. I was so late. It was like the day before the whole thing was due. So I was like, I didn't even have an outline or anything. I just sort of just started writing. There's the first page. Look how it starts. Chapter 1, The Phone Call. It was a foggy, cold day on Tuesday, January 22nd, 1991. That's oddly specific. Jason was in his house with 3 of his friends who were Josh, Eric, and Charlie. All these characters are based on real people. And the names have not been changed. That's how creative I am. When suddenly... Wait a minute. They were all watching TV when suddenly the phone rang. I'd better get it, said Jason. Let the answering machine get it, Josh suggested. It's broke! Exclaimed Jason. I was just filling pages. I just wanted to fill pages like... Oh my god, I can't believe this. I stalled and put off writing this until like the day before. This was like the most stressful thing ever. Hello? Said Jason as he picked up the phone. Hi, it's me, said a rough voice. Now listen, I want you to meet me at the old castle tonight. I haven't read this in decades. Before Jason could say anything, the man hung up. Who was that? Asked Eric. I don't know, said Jason. Some guy who wants me to meet him at the old castle tonight. Can we come? Asked Josh. Yeah, I guess so, said Jason unsurely. And that's the chapter. Right there. I love how the new chapter just starts right there. Just whatever. Just get the fucking thing done. Chapter 2. Entering the Castle of Death. Well, we're here, said Charlie. Yeah, but where's the guy who called? Asked Josh. I don't know, said Charlie. Hey, while we're here, why don't we explore that old castle? Suggested Jason. I'm all about it. Yeah, let's do, said Josh. Let's do. What is wrong with my brain? Gosh. It's kind of like Castlevania, said Eric. Yeah, so come on, guys. Let's go in, said Jason. Jeez, this place is scary, exclaimed Josh. I love how it's basically like a script. Like, it's just all dialogue. Like, very, very bad dialogue. So come on, guys! Let's go in, said Jason. Jeez, this place is scary, exclaimed Josh. Oh, what are you, chicken? Asked Jason. No! That's all in caps, by the way. No! Exclaimed Josh. Okay then, let's go in, said Jason. And you got the door there with the skull over the top. That's how you know it's gonna be scary. Oh! And this is how I filled more in the book. So there's the entryway to Splatter Castle. This is probably something from that like the first stage in was it Dragon's Lair? Yeah, Dragon's Lair. Anyway, for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Our author and illustrator. Me. This is my book. This is Splatter Castle. This is a book I wrote in like what, 3rd, 4th grade, something like that. And yeah, it was very, very heavily inspired by Splatterhouse and Castlevania. I've already mentioned Castlevania by name in the story. Oh, we're on to chapter 3. Chapter 3. The Death. Well, spoiler. Jesus. Jeez. I keep saying G's and I spelled it G-E-E-Z. Jeez, look at all the huge gears, exclaimed Charlie. Yeah, said Eric. Hey, let's climb to the top of this old thing, suggested Jason. See, I'm all about the adventure. I'm fearless. I'm bold. I'm courageous. All my dumbass friends are like, wait! It's scary! What, this is what do you call them? Ego project. Where are we? Here we go. Yeah! Come on, you guys! Let's go! Said Josh excitedly. I was all about the adverbs. While the boys were climbing up the huge gears, just like the final level of Castlevania, that's not in the book, suddenly Josh yelled, "Help! Somebody! My foot is caught in one of the gears!" Jason ran down only to find 2 bloody gears. Josh was dead. Jason ran up to tell the other guys. They almost cried, but they didn't. Well, come on. We can't stand around here all day, said Eric. Yeah, let's go, said Charlie. This is the page. They almost cried, but they didn't. You got some artwork on the page. That's me bending down, looking at the puffy cloud gears, I guess. Now, again, I got so tired of writing, I would just draw little pictures, you know, like supplemental pictures, just to fill the space. So, if in case you didn't get, you know, the full picture. Look at the gears. I was rushing so fast. That's me looking down. Oh my god. Do you see the hand, the arm? Chapter 4. The Bite. Why am I spoiling every fucking chapter? Horrible storytelling. Horrible. All right. Hey, I wonder if we'll find any monsters, said Eric. No question mark, just an exclamation point. He was just stating that. Yeah, right, said Charlie. Just then, a bat swooped down and missed everybody. ... except Eric. Ah! Yelled Eric in pain. That thing just bit me! The bat bit Eric right on the side of his neck. Right on the side of his neck. Just calm down, said Jason. I can't! It hurts, said Eric. You've got to, said Jason. The general plot, outline that I had was it's going to be me and my friends going to Castlevania, basically. And terrible things will happen to us. But I was just, again, it was like the whole book. We had like 2 months, 3 months, I don't know, a very long time to write our stories. And seriously, like the day before, I finally sat down. I was like, holy shit, I gotta do this thing. I'm gonna fail. So this is what I came up with. Just calm down, said Jason. I can't, it hurts, said Eric. You've got to, said Jason. Jason ripped off part of his sleeve and applied it to the bite. He's bleeding pretty bad, said Charlie. Come on, we better get out of here before we all get bit, suggested Jason. Do you notice how I'm like, clearly the leader? It's not even a question. Okay, said Charlie. And that's the end of chapter 4. Chapter 5. The Vampire in Eric. Horrendous storytelling. Jeez! I feel kind of strange, said Eric. Do you want to lie down? Asked Charlie. Yeah, said Eric. The whole fucking book is just dialogue. I wanted to show you the drawing. There it is. Vampire in the dark. Okay. We'll keep going. Do you think you can catch up with us? Asked Jason. I want to tell you guys, are you noticing that the grammar? Look at the quotes. Commas, periods, everything. Exactly where it should be. Okay, we'll keep going. Do you think you can catch up with us? Asked Jason. Wait a minute, did I skip a page? No, it's just that bad. Yeah, I can, said Eric. About 2 hours later, Eric was feeling pretty strange. Eric was beginning to turn white. Then his teeth started to grow long and sharp. Eric was turning into a vampire. Chapter 6. The attack! Eric was now a full-blooded vampire. Suddenly, he turned into a bat and flew away to go kill Jason and Charlie. Meanwhile, Jason and Charlie were wondering about Eric. And then you got, down at the bottom here, you got, was that vampire claws? Someone just had the nails done. We better go back and get him, suggested Charlie. Yeah, let's backtrack until we get to him, said Jason. So the two boys turned back, not knowing that Eric was a vampire. Eric? Where are you? Jason called out. I'm right here, answered a hoarse voice. Where? Asked Charlie. Just filling pages. Here, said Eric as he jumped down off a ledge. Eric ran and attacked Jason. Man, this evocative, flowery, elevated language. Eric's claws dug into Jason's skin. Oh my god, and in case you just couldn't picture it from the wonderful descriptions, there is Vampire Eric attacking Charlie? I don't think that was me. But there it is, and I don't know if you can see on his shirt, it says RAD. Now, about 4 other places there, you can't really read it, but it also says RAD. He's just wearing a shirt that says RAD, 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 RAD. Jason took a pencil from his pocket and stabbed Eric in his stomach and heart. I had to kill him or he would have killed me, exclaimed Jason. Yeah, I guess you're right, said Charlie. Chapter 7. Moving right along, so we handled that. Chapter 7. The Hall of Darkness. The plot armor, yes. The Hall of Darkness. Charlie and Jason were now in some sort of hallway. This place is creepy, said Jason. Really creepy, said Charlie. Yeah, Charlie. Jason replied. That wasn't part of the book. I'm really upset that I had to kill Eric, said Jason. Yeah, but you had to, said Charlie. Suddenly, a brick in the wall opened to reveal a crossbow. The crossbow shot and hit Jason in the arm. Ah! Yelled Jason in pain. My arm is bleeding. His arm was bleeding. His arm was bleeding. He ain't lying. His arm was bleeding. It was bleeding so bad that it was making the walls red with blood. Charlie ripped off part of his sleeve and tied it around the wound. See, because I didn't have my sleeve. And you gotta have at least one sleeve. So Charlie, he had the sleeve. Charlie ripped off part of his sleeve and tied it around the wound to stop the bleeding. Yeah, that's good. You wanna tie a tourniquet around your your fucking wound. I don't need that arm. I know, a tourniquet. Why would you do that? Anyway, Charlie, we were in 4th grade. Hold on. And so there's little bits of artwork at the end of each page. There's the bloody crossbow bolt. Dripping blood, of course. Oh my god. And, you guys are gonna love this one. All the best parts get full color illustrations. And yes, that is me. I think I got my LA gears on. Back in 4th grade, I was rocking the spike. I had the spike cut. And but there's the bolt going through the arm. Whoa! Is that better? Asked Charlie. Yeah, said Jason. Hey, look at the end of the hallway. Yes, I see, but what is it? Asked Charlie. Chapter 8. The treasure. God, this is dreadful. Well, we're at the end of the hallway, said Jason. Look at that. It's the biggest treasure I've ever seen, said Charlie. Suddenly, a hole in the ceiling appeared. The walls were crumbling. What in the fuck? Look at that perspective. And apparently whoever's castle this was, they supported LGBTQ A+ rights, all that. Is that what's going on there? I don't know. Look at the treasure. Now that's the biggest treasure that Charlie had ever seen. What the fuck? I love the ladder just sort of like glued to the wall, like on the side. Anyway. The two boys ran and each got 2 bags of treasure, 2 apiece, and climbed up the wall to escape through the ceiling. It apparently was not collapsing like the rest of the castle. In the distance, Jason and Charlie could see the castle crumbling. We made it, said Jason. Yup, said Charlie. The end. That's the end. We made it, said Jason. Yup, said Charlie. And, oh my. Oh my. Well, this is just completely and thoroughly, absolute bullshit. About the author. My name is Jason Love. This is my 3rd book. Just bold-faced lie. I am 11 years old, and I wish to be an author when I grow up. All bullshit. I, of course, did not want to be an author whatsoever. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Splatter Castle. Written and illustrated by Jason Love. You can see just how influential these video games were on me as a child. Please tell me you at least got a B on it. I think it was received well, because I think mostly what my teacher was looking for was, you know, correct grammar and, you know, some kind of story. And I mean that was a grand adventure, an epic. Now, Tetsuji asks, release date on Splatter Castle 2. Would you believe that Splatter Castle 2 is already written? And it was published shortly after Splatter Castle. There is a Splatter Castle 2. I just don't know where it's at. I have it somewhere. So, hopefully I'll be able to find Splatter Castle 2 somewhere. By the way, I don't know if it came through on camera, but did you notice how I wrote the entire story in blood red? That was intentional. All the text was red. Do you get the girl in Splatter Castle 2? a girl character in my Splatter Castle series? I don't think so. It would have just totally destroyed the realism of the whole thing. They were basically just books. They were an excuse or a way for me to just kill my friends. That's all I wanted to do. And make really obvious, boring references to Castlevania. I love how we walk into the castle, and the first thing, like Charlie says, is, "Look at all the gears!" He's like, "Look at all the gears!" I think Eric says, like, "Yeah, it's just like Castlevania." Anyway, do you find out who called in 2? Well, I'm not going to spoil the story. Anyway, I just found this. I was digging around looking for cables for Vivid Cool and saw this. Who was phone? I don't know. 11 years old. God damn. Was that 29 years ago now? Coming up on 3 decades ago. Dear God. I was phone. It was the lawyer for Konami about the licensing rights to Castlevania being dropped. It was a simpler time back then. I really am Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah. Anyway, let me